Hey guys, welcome. This is 11R3 video, also known as Study Guide Video Part Dos. Again, I highly recommend that you pause the video, try the problem yourself, and then go ahead and watch me do it. So we're going to go ahead and we're only focusing on surface area today. Okay, so we're only going to be doing surface area problems. So these four shapes that we're about to do are surface area only. Okay, well, first of all, surface area of a prism is going to be P, the perimeter, times the height, plus, and we're going to get 2 times the area of the base. Alright, well, first thing we look at, this is a 45, 45, 90. These angles are congruent. This 7 rad 2, this would be 7, and this would be 7. This makes this a little bit easier for us to go ahead and solve. What we need to do is find the area of the big B. We need to find the P and the H, then we can kind of put it all together. Well, the height of the prism is the only thing I don't really have to do much work to solve. It's going to be 20. It's the distance between the two bases. Okay? Base figure is a triangle. The perimeter is going to be 7 plus 7 plus 7 rad 2, which would be 14 plus 7 rad 2. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. We'll evaluate it later. And big B, that's going to be the base times the height. Now, recall, and I don't know why a lot of kids would forget this, where we have the 90 degree is where we're going to have the height and the base. Okay, so one of these is the height and one of these is the base. Doesn't matter which one. So it's going to be 7 times 7. It's a triangle, so it's going to be 1/2 base times height. 7 times 7, so we get basically half of 49. And when you do that, you end up with about 24.5 right on the dot. Okay. Once you find everything, you're pretty much good to go to plug it into the formula. Alright, perimeter. We got 14 plus 7 rad 2. That's kind of strange. Multiplied by 20 plus 2 times 24.5. Okay, evaluate the multiplied part. That becomes 49. This one's going to be, I'm going to just go ahead and plug this into my calculator. And I'm going to leave it in my calculator and see what we get here. So 14 plus 7 rad 2, and then multiply that all by 20. And we should get approximately 477.98. And then we're going to add that to 49. But I'm leaving it in my calculator, so I'm just going to do plus 49 equals, and we should get our final answer of 526.98. And this is going to be in square units. I highly recommend that if you didn't get this answer when you pause the video and tried it yourself, go back and see what you did wrong and try and identify that, because that's probably what you're going to do wrong on the actual test. Okay, so really go through and try and figure that out. Alright, we have an octagonal prism, so we're going to use the same formula that we just did. I'm going to go ahead and write it up here. Now I'm going to highly recommend that you pause the video and try this on your own. Alright, I'm assuming that you've tried it, got an answer. Now it's the fun part. You sit back, relax, and watch you get the problem correct. Perimeter, well, again, I'm going to fill out all the things I need to know. Perimeter, area of the base, and the height. Okay, the height is always the easy one, usually 15. The perimeter is just going to be 10 times 8, so that's 80. Base is going to be a little bit harder. I need to find the apothem, so I'm going to go ahead and draw this in and break this down here. Okay, to find that angle, I got to take 360 divided by 8. Okay, when I do 360 divided by 8, I get 45. And then the apothem cuts it in half, so I get 22.5. And this piece is no longer 10, it's going to be 5 and 5. And so we basically get this triangle out here, and we get 5 here. We want the apothem, and we have 22.5. So I'm going to have to use trig. So this is tangent of 22.5, opposite over adjacent. Go ahead and switch places with those, and we're going to get, again, we're switching those places because of algebra. Algebra, I could multiply the a out and then divide the tan 22.5. Okay, so in our calculator, we're going to go ahead and evaluate this. divided by 5 divided by tan, 22.5. Okay, and let's get this pretty accurate. So A is going to be approximately 12.07. 1. We'll go pretty far. So the area of the base is a rectangular, octagonal, regular octagonal, or octagon, sorry, not octagonal, just an octagon. So it's going to be 1/2 apothem, which we got as 12.071, and multiply that by the perimeter, which we already know is 80. Okay? And I'm leaving this in my calculator. I haven't taken out my calculator yet, so I'm just going to hit multiply by 80. So I still have the apothem in there. Multiply by 80, divide it by 2, and we get about 482.84. Okay, kind of got off the page there a little bit. Now everything I need, I'm going to go ahead and erase this because I don't have the space that you do. You could just keep going with space over and over again. So we're going to go ahead and erase this. Again, I still have that 482 in my calculator. I'm going to leave it there for a little while. Again, perimeter times height plus 2 times the base. The perimeter we know is 80 times the height, which we got is 15, plus 2 times this base of 482.84. It's left in my calculator, so I need to multiply it by 2. And then I'm going to add, and use my parentheses carefully, 80 times 15. If you do that all correctly, you should get, in your calculator, about 2,165.69 if we round to the nearest hundredth decimal spot. Okay? Oops, sorry, not cubic units. We're talking about surface area. So that's squared units. Did I do that on the last one? No, I got squared. Cool. Good. My bad. Alright, cool. We're looking good. Alright, two more. We're halfway through. Huh? Those two are pretty long, huh? Alright, surface area. Boom. Equals. This one's a little differently. Okay, surface area for this one is going to be pi r times L plus pi r squared. Okay, so I just remember it's half. Well, half of the circumference instead of 2 pi r is just pi r. And then we need the slant height plus pi r squared. Alright. Ooh, just had a little drink of water. Feeling good. Alright, do I have everything? Well, 13 is actually a slant height. That's nice. And 5 is a radius. I could find the height of this, but that's not a part of my formula. Maybe if I was trying to find volume, that would be good. I could use Pythagorean Theorem, but I don't have to do that. So this makes this problem super fast. So hopefully you pause it and try this one by yourself. Sorry, I kind of forgot to say that. Plug all this in here. We're going to go ahead and do 5 times 13, and we get 65 pi. Okay, so 5 times 13, and then we're going to do plus. This is going to become 25 pi. We can add those two together, and we're going to get 90 pi, and we're going to get square units because we're talking about surface area. There we go. That was super easy. Last one. Okay, so this is a square pyramid. Surface area here is a little differently. Solved, we get 1/2 P L plus big B. Okay, so if it's a square pyramid, we can find this pretty easily. So our base is going to be 16 times 16. So that's the area of a square. Okay, so 16 basically squared essentially, which would be 256. Plus, okay, perimeter is going to be 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16, or if you like to save a little bit of time, you can do 16 multiplied by 4. There's 4 sides, and that's going to be 64, and we're going to take 1/2 of that. The only thing I don't know is my L, and there is a right triangle built in here, but this is my slant height, this piece right here in the blue. Okay, so I got to find that. Well, I'm going to draw the right triangle that is appearing here. This is my L, my slant height. Here's a 90. The height of the pyramid is 10. And this is going to be half of this. So we're going to take this and cut it in half, and we're going to get 8. So that's how we kind of got the 8. We cut that in half. That's right where it meets. This is 8. It is half of that base side. Okay, so given this information right here, we're going to go ahead and try and use Pythagorean Theorem. So you get 10 squared plus 8 squared equals L squared. Okay, so in my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we get 164 equals L squared. So take the square root of that, square root that answer, and this actually reduces to 2 rad 41. Okay, or you could just got the square root of 164. But we're going to put that in here. Square root of 2 of 41, 2 times the square root of 41. Alright, and let's go ahead and evaluate. So we're going to take half of 64. So you're going to multiply that by half of 64, which is essentially this is going to become 32. Okay, so when you put all that together, you get 64 rad 41 plus 256. Now, if you want in radical form, you could leave it like that. Now, don't worry about what form you're going to leave it in because it's multiple choice. And I'm pretty sure for almost all of these problems, it's either going to be rounded or or in terms of pi. Okay, so this could be our answer, or if we want to go ahead and put it into our calculator, we can go ahead and add that to 256, and we should get approximately, switch colors here for the end. Let's go with this color. 665.79, and that's going to be in square units. Okay. Alright guys, well, if you can do these problems, I feel very confident for you on the quiz. If you can't, continue to practice. Remember, time is wearing thin on what we can get done here before the quiz. But good luck. I will see you when I see you. Okay? So, yeah. Anywho, have a good time. I will hasta luego. Catch you later, skater.